Welcome to the screencast for how to use Pixlr. So once you're on Pixlr.com, you're going to see there are different products. You actually don't even need to sign up necessarily for Pixlr. You can actually use the 3 different web apps without having to log in. So you'll see that there's 3 different ones. There's the Pixlr Express, which is kind of your simplest one, Pixlr-O-Matic, which is also a pretty simple editing tool, and then there's the Pixlr Editor, which allows you to really have all sorts of different kind of capabilities with editing your pictures. So this is more like Photoshop, as opposed to these are just kind of ways to quickly edit your photos. So I'll just quickly take you through each one of these web apps. So with Pixlr Express, you're able to upload your Pixlr images from a few different places, so you can browse, open a URL, use your webcam or collage. So I'm just going to quickly browse through some of my pictures. I'm just going to pick this first one, and you'll see you can do some easy adjustments to this. So this Pixlr app is probably the best one for your students to use if they're just trying to simply maybe brighten up their photos, crop them, get rid of red eye, things like that. So you're able to brighten certain parts. So maybe we want these penguins to be a little whiter. So you can brighten up little areas. Maybe we want to brighten up the boat. There's quickly undo or redo button. It's going to be very helpful with this. Maybe we want to crop this image. So maybe we don't want all this in the foreground here. Maybe we want to contrast the brightness. So you can see this is a very easy way to kind of quickly and easily edit your images. So maybe we want to add a little vibrance to this. So but this is going to take something that your students just kind of play around with. Those are just some adjustments. Maybe we want to add some borders or things. Maybe you want to add an effect to it. Maybe you want to give it a little blue hue. And you can kind of adjust how much of these you want. Maybe you want to overlay some of these things. Some of them obviously don't really make sense towards the image that we're using, but there are a lot of options. Maybe you want to add a border to your image. Maybe you want to add some stickers to your image. So let's see what we have here. These are really basic ones, obviously. Maybe you want to put some text into your image. Things like that. So this is very, very easy to use all these different adjustments. You literally could sit here and play with for days the number of different things. But this is just a quick and easy way to really edit your images quickly. So let's save this. You can adjust the quality that you're saving it at. I'm going to save it into my Antarctica file, and there it's saved. So that was very simple. That's the Pixlr Express. Quickly, the Pixlr-O-Matic. This one is even simpler. So let's take that penguin image we just edited. So this one's really, really just adding effects to it. So maybe we want to add this effect. Maybe we want to add some overlays. So some of these are some of the same overlays that we had from the first one. Maybe you want to add a border. Maybe you want to crop it to a certain size. Maybe you want to just randomly add different things. So this one is a very, very simple way of editing photos. So this is mainly a lot for using things on like Instagram real quickly, or just quickly trying to edit an image. So you can see there's not really too much to this. It's not quite as adjustable as the other Pixlr was, but say we wanted to save this to our computer, and we can save it right over the old image. So now this is our final image. You can see it's very, very different than our first one, very, very quickly. But here's kind of the main Pixlr editor. So this is the one that's mostly like Photoshop. So you can either create an image, upload an image from the internet, from the Pixlr library, or you can use Pixlr on your mobile device, which is a nice thing to know. So I'm going to open an image from the internet. I'm going to go back and use the original picture that I had for this. So this one's going to take a little more playing around to really edit your pictures, because you're the one really doing the editing, as opposed to using an editing software where all you have to do is kind of slide and swap and click, and it automatically adds things. So this is kind of more for your more professional photo editing. So your students are probably going to be using the Pixlr-O-Matic or the quick editing one for projects and things, but some of them, depending on the age of your students, may want to really edit their photos. So this would be good for them. So let's start by, I just want to work with this photo. So I'm going to crop that just like that. And then say I want to select a penguin. There's all sorts of different kind of tools that you can use, or maybe I just want to select this boat. You can change the tolerance to really only select certain things. So this one you can see, I'm not going to show you a lot with this, just because there's so many different ways of kind of fooling around with this one. But you can see that this one is very, very different than the quick editing one. So this one's going to take a lot more knowledge of how to actually edit things, but maybe you're going to say, no thank you. Maybe you want to simply take two images and put them side by side. This is a good way to do that. So you can change the size of your canvas, because sometimes that's what most people are looking for in an editor. So in this case, we're going to layer, we're going to open an image as a layer so that we're able to do this. So maybe we want to take this image, we want to put that here, we want to open another image, say we want to use this image. We're able to take and we're able to move those images around. So maybe we want to actually do some overlapping or make a simple kind of collage out of them. This editor is going to allow you to do those kind of things. It's going to allow you to import multiple images as different layers, which will allow you to really move them around, work with each picture individually. This one does have some simple, like changing the brightness and contrast and the hues and the saturation and different levels of things. And it does allow you to add some of these automatic adjustments to it, or adding some filters to things, but there's a whole lot more to the individual editing than simply using the other quick click and adjust editors in these. So this one's going to be one that's more for the professional editor in your classroom. So this one's going to take a little more playing around, but say we like that those two images next to each other, and we want to save just those images just like that. So now we have our image. So there we go. Now we have our final image. So we started with this one. We've edited it a couple of different ways, but you can see that Pixlr has these different options for you to use. Need help, there's plenty of tutorials down here and support, because I definitely didn't have enough time to really talk you through everything, but I definitely think Pixlr Express is going to be your best way to really go through and have your students edit that picture. So now we have these two back together, so maybe we want to add some kind of effect, or maybe we want to add a border to it, so something simple like that. We can favorite it, we can random. So simple things like that. You can then come back and add stickers and all sorts of things to your image that you are able to edit using the professional editor. But I would definitely say that this is going to be your best option with your students. So maybe like this. Oh, let's pick a different color, something that we can see. Maybe we want to draw. Maybe we want to draw some stars or some smiley faces. This allows you to do some editing just like the other one did, but with a much simpler and easier way for your students. So maybe you want to blur around, just around me kind of thing, and changes your focal point. So this is definitely your best option for easy and quick for using with your students. There's so many different ways to change this. So you can see I've only been using this splash. I've always only focused in on these penguins, and everything else is gone black and white. So there's really different ways to really look at this. And look, you can even add an image here. You can browse and say, let's add this one too. Instead, simple and easy, you've now replaced that one. And let's splash this with, you could splash the boat in that one, you could splash my colored hat, you could splash these penguins. So this is definitely your best option with your students. And there's definitely lots of ways to edit images this way. So this is just going to be some simply playing around with things and really trying to test things out. So maybe we want to say penguins, penguins, penguins. We can change the color on it, so maybe we want to make it orange like the boat, so it really stands out. You can change the font. So this is, though this is a how-to video, it's kind of not super easy to really step you through a how-to for your specific image, because it really depends on what you want to do. So this is going to be something that you need to play around with, but a simple how-to kind of gives you an overview of how you might be able to use this and the different types of Pixlr products that you can use as an educator. So Pixlr is very simple, easy. You can see that there's all sorts of different kind of products, so you can actually use it on your mobile too. There's a blog that you can join, and there's also lots of support. So, and if you need ways of using picture editing within lessons, check out the Technology in the Classroom tab on our website.